Hello, and welcome to today's Flow into Yoga, Vinyasa Flow, with me, Tonya. So today's a very special class. I'm going to be sharing this class on my YouTube channel, Yoga by Tonya on YouTube. So please invite your friends if they'd like to maybe try a free class. They can find it there. And if you just found me on my YouTube channel, welcome. So happy to have you here. Again, my name is Tonya, and this is yogabytonya.com. And if you love this class, you can join my online membership. It's affordable, weekly live classes. We'd be so happy to have you. So we're going to get started. Today's focus is going to be on strength and mobility. And our strengthening is going to be in the deeper layers of the tissue. So more of stabilizing strength and then mobility. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on our backs today. Option here for the feet to be planted to the mat, wide apart, knees resting towards one another. Or souped up Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Finding a position here on the mat that feels comfortable. Closing your eyes. Taking a deep full in breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Fill up, expand. And then as you exhale, just relax and release. Allow the soft tissues to melt to the mat. 2 more breaths, just like that. Deep, full in breath into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, releasing the soft tissues into the mat. Inhale into the belly, ribs, chest, expand. Exhale, release. The breath is deep and spacious. The breath is smooth and easy. The breath is continuous. Finding the middle or the balance between effort and ease. Allowing the eyes and the jaw and the shoulders, hips to relax into the pull of gravity. Chest and belly are soft, supple, easy. Good. And then just gently blinking the eyes open. You're going to plant the feet to the mat and just gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So feet are a little bit wider than hip width. Gentle movement here. And then inhale to a full body stretch. Pointing the toes away from the body, reaching through the fingertips. And then exhale, coming back to the mat. Knees are bent, feet are planted to the mat. First thing, you're going to press your lower back into the mat. So we're not arching the lower back here, we're pressing it into the mat. And then you're gonna lift your knees so they stack over the hips. You're gonna continue to press the lower back into the mat as you tap one foot down and then the other, just tapping the toe down. So we're working not only the core here, but the hip flexors, building some of that stabilizing strength. If you need a little bit more intensity, you tap further away from your hips. Going slow here, going slow to go far. Breath is deep and spacious. Jaw relaxed. Good. And then you're going to plant both your feet down. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. You're just lifting those hips up. A little bridge here. Then exhale, releasing down. Inhale, full body stretch. Good. Exhale, coming back to center. Grab onto the backs of the thighs. Option for 3 spinal rocks. But if this does not feel good on your spine, don't do it. Just going to meet in a tabletop. You can roll over your ankles or just however you need to get there. Tabletop. So in tabletop, our knees are hip width apart, big starfish hands. Gaze is neutral. Inhale, drop your belly, heart and gaze move forward, cow. Exhale, round the spine to cat. Really press the mat away, head is heavy. Inhale, dropping your belly, heart, and then gaze, move forward, cow. Exhale, round the spine. So maybe try going slow here, just over exaggerating this movement in your spine. Inhaling and exhaling as you move. And then coming back to a neutral spine here in your tabletop. We're going to walk the palms towards the top of the mat. Forehead moves down. So we're just going into a puppy pose. So what's important here is I want you to keep your hips over your knees. Knees are hip width apart. Maybe your forearms come to the mat. Maybe the forehead. You can always use a block or a prop here underneath the forehead. Take a deep, full in breath. And then as you exhale, you just let your heart melt towards the mat. Again, deep, full in breath. Exhale, release. Good. And then gently pressing yourself back up into your tabletop. Again, big starfish hands here. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cow. Inhaling to a neutral spine. You're just going to lift your back knee up. My knee is staying bent at 90 degrees, making sure your hip points are pointing to the mat. So I'm not tilting or lifting my hip in a diagonal. My hips are pointing to the mat. And you're just going to draw a big circle with this right knee. So we're just moving the femur head in the hip socket. And to do that, you want to make sure you're locking out your lower back here. You're not dumping into your belly. You're not twisting or lifting that right hip up. It's a slow circle. And you're just going to reverse, go in the opposite direction. Good. And then back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. As you exhale, you round your spine, cat. Really press the mat away, head is heavy. Inhaling to a neutral spine. lifting this left leg up. The knee is bent. Again, if your hip's tilting up, if you're lifting that left hip up, bring it back down. Hip points point to the mat. Lower back locks in, so we're not dumping into the belly. We're locking out that spine. And then you're just drawing a big circle, whatever that looks like to you. And really, the rotation here, the circle, doesn't matter. We're just moving the femur head in the hip socket. And then reversing, going in the opposite direction. Good. And then coming back to your tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly cow. Exhale, round the spine cat. Coming into a neutral spine, we're going to drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders and the feet, coming into locust. So you're light in your hands here. Hands are just here for just a little bit of support. Gaze is down your nose. Building a little strength in our lower back. Breath is deep and spacious. Tucking your toes, you're going to press either through table or plank to your down dog. So when you get to your down dog, maybe you want to pedal your feet, shift your hips from side to side. Good, and then from here, you're just going to shift on out into your plank pose. So big starfish hands here, seeing if you can stack your shoulders over your wrists. Head is an extension of the spine, so if you're tucking your chin or looking forward, just bring that chin back to neutral. Hips are over the balls of the feet, really pressing the mat away. You're not sinking down here. And lift the hips to down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers and make a pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale to center, exhale, cactus the arms, lift the breastbone towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale to a forward fold. Big bend in the knees, belly to thighs. So you can place your palms on the mat, or if you have a block, you can place the widest surface on the mat. You're going to plant your right palm to the block or mat, bend this right knee. Inhale those left fingertips towards the ceiling. So a forward fold twist. Exhale, release that left palm down to your block or mat, bend into that left knee. Inhale, right fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Drop to the knees, the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, this time just lifting the head and shoulders, coming into baby cobra. Elbows hug in, shoulders move away from the ears. Exhale, release the head and shoulders, tuck your toes, press to down dog. Know you can always take a child's pose or tabletop. If down dog is not your thing, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Bend into your knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers, pistol mudra. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the breastbone up. Notice your chin stays tucked. Inhale, reach up into extended mountain. Exhale to a forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the right palm to the mat, bend into that right knee, reach those left fingertips high, forward fold twist. Exhale, release the left palm down, bend into that left knee, reach those right fingertips high. On your next exhale, release down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, walk or step back to your plank. Drop to the knees, the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, this time lifting up into cobra. Thighs are on the mat, gaze is down your nose. Exhale, release the torso. Inhale, press to down dog, or table, or child's. In your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain, pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the breastbone up. Inhale to extended. And then as you exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, plant your right palm down, reach those left fingertips up, twisting to the left. Exhale, release the left palm down, right fingertips reach up, twisting to the right. Exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, walk or step back to your plank. This time, option to drop to the knees, chin, chest, belly. If they're baby cobra, or if you want more, you shift forward on your toes, lower halfway to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog, thighs are away from the mat, lift it away. And then exhale, make your way back to down dog. Take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long. So option here to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then with control, gently stepping that left foot forward, plant the right foot down. Inhale, lifting up with the power of the foundation of the feet and legs into warrior one. So when you get to your warrior one, maybe you want to add just a little bit of movement here. Maybe this is your first warrior one ever, or just the first one of the day, the week, the year. And then you're going to begin to settle into your warrior one. So your toes are pointing to the top of the mat. Knife edge of that back foot is planted firmly to the mat. And always adjust your stance here. Arms can stay at your hips. You're going to reach towards the ceiling. Shoulders melt away from the ears. Breath is deep and spacious. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. And then step that left leg back and go or flow to your down dog. If you need a child's pose, take it. If you need tabletop, take it. In your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the right leg long. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. Your shoulders stay squared to the mat. And then you're going to gently, with control, step that right foot forward. plant the back foot down. Inhale, lifting up into your warrior one. So again, maybe add some movement here, really finding the foundation of the feet and legs. Arms can reach towards the ceiling, shoulders melt away from the ears, and maybe you look up. Breath is smooth and easy. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step the right leg back. Go or flow to your down dog. If you need a child's pose, you take it. Meeting us in down dog, you're going to take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips, and then gently step that left foot forward. Plant the right foot down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Adjust this back foot, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Shoulders stack over the hips. You're bending into that front knee. Flip your left palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Gaze maybe follows the thumb. And then exhale to side angle lunge. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale to side angle. Maybe your forearm stays on your thigh. Maybe you want to go a little deeper. Good place for a block. Come into a half bind. Stack your shoulders. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step this left leg back. Go or flow to your down dog. If you need a child's, take it. In your down dog, inhale the right leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips, and gently step this right foot forward, plant the back foot down, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Just the back foot, heel to arch alignment, all those adjustments. Flip your right palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to side angle, and you're gonna hold here. So you can stay with the forearm up on your thigh, go a little deeper. Maybe you can use a block, not forcing anything here. We're still warming up. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step that right leg back, go or flow to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, take a child's. If you want to let your shoulders rest, you can bring your arms back by your ankles. Breath is deep and spacious. Jaw releases, shoulders relax towards the mat. Good. Reaching the arms forward. Lift up into table. Take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Tuck your toes, lift your hips down, dog. Bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, and then as you exhale, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, let the arms float slowly down to the side body. Breath is deep and spacious. Breath is smooth and easy. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Gaze is soft. Good. Inhale, reaching the palms up into the extended mountain. Make a pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale through center. And you're going to exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, cactus the arms, lift the breastbone up. Inhale to extended. Exhale this time, bring the arms behind the back. You can interlace the fingers here, binding. But if that hurts your shoulders, just know you place your palms to your sacrum here. Inhale, lift the breastbone up, keeping the chin tucked. Shoulders move away from the ears and towards gravity. And a big bend in the knees, belly to thighs, forward fold. You can keep the bind or release it. Exhale, let the arms float down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. And this time just walk or step back to your plank. We're going to hold in your plank. And then lift your hips down, dog. Inhaling, lifting the left leg high. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently stepping this left foot forward. Let's drop the right leg knee down. And we're just going to shift back and forth. Good. And then you're going to lift up into your low lunge. Inhale, lifting up into low lunge. So if this hurts your knee, just know you can always fold your mat over or grab a blanket underneath that right knee. We're going to exhale, bring the palms to heart center. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, we're twisting to the left. So you can keep your twist high or bring the elbow to the outside edge of your thigh. Option to keep the knee grounded, or you can tuck the back toes, lift that right knee up. So low lunge or high crescent lunge here. Revolve twist. You can stay here or release the right palm to the mat. The left palm comes to your hip or reach that left fingertips towards the ceiling. So you can be on your back knee or high. Choice is yours. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. If your back knee is still grounded, lift that knee up. You're going to plant the back foot down. Inhale, lifting up into a warrior two on the left side. From here, we're going to straighten this left leg. Reach these left fingertips forward. You'll come to a natural stopping point, and then tick-tock the arms to 6 and 12 o'clock. So this is triangle. What's important here in triangle is not about reaching or touching the floor with the left fingers. We want to keep the spine nice and straight and extended here. We're grounding the feet, lengthening through the spine. You can use a block here. Reaching the palms in opposite direction. Maybe your gaze looks at your right thumb. Imagine there's a wall behind you, pressing your right shoulder and hip into that wall as you lengthen through the spine. Bend into that left knee, plant the palms to the mat, step the left leg back, go or flow to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, you're taking a deep full in breath, staying for the exhale. Inhale the right leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips, and gently step that right foot forward, dropping the back knee down. Have a little bit of movement here. And you're going to inhale, lift up into your low lunge. Again, your palms can reach up, or you just keep your palms on your hips or your thigh, palms to your heart. Your arms and hands here, just in the expression of this pose. You're going to bring the palms to the heart center, prayer. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twisting to the right. Find the twist that works for you. You can stay here or tuck your back toes, lift that back knee up. The choice is yours. Make an appropriate choice for you. Releasing the left palm either to the mat or block. Right palm can come to your hip or reach up. Your knee can be lifted or down. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. And then if your knee is still down, you're just going to lift that left knee up. Plant the foot down. Inhale, lifting up, warrior two. Digging into that front knee. Shoulders stack over the hips. Straightening this front leg. Reach those right fingertips forward. Tick-tock the arms to 6 and 12 o'clock. Coming into triangle. Again, your left fingers can reach towards the ceiling. You can bring it to the mat. Right forearm could be on your thigh. There's lots of ways to modify here. What I don't want you to do is to concave down. I want you concaving down. I want you keeping a nice straight line. Even if you have to lift up, nice straight line down the side body. And then bending into this right knee. Exhale, plant your palms either to the mat or you can use your blocks here. I'm just going to step the back foot up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, coming into ragdoll. So options to bind or just let the arms dangle. Head is heavy. Maybe sway side to side, or you can be static here. If your arms are bound, just let them be heavy. You're going to slowly, go slow, begin to roll up into Tadasana. So slow down here. Imagine you're stacking your vertebrae. Head is the last to lift, slow, slower. Face looks at the ground if you get dizzy. Mountain Tadasana. Good. So we're going to come into a balancing pose. We're going to come into eagle today. So we've done quite a few chair. We've done a few chair anyway. Actually, no, we haven't done any chair today. So we're going to start with chair. So feet are hip width apart. Some teachers teach this with the big toes touching. I prefer feet hip width apart, starting with Tadasana. It gives us a really nice foundation here. We're going to bend into our knees, shift the weight towards the heels. We're going to bring our palms to our heart space. So no, you can always just stay here, work here, or bring this right leg up, right thigh crosses over the left. You can use your toes as a kickstand or come into the bind. Reach the arms away from you or keep them at prayer. Right arm comes underneath left. You can hold onto the shoulders or bind the forearms. Shoulders are even, or elbows are even with the shoulders. Palms move away from the face. Sit a little lower. Come out of this, release the arms and then the leg. Coming back up into Tadasana. If you need to add any movement, go ahead and do that. And then we're starting in Tadasana. Palms to your heart, sit into chair. Shifting the weight towards the heels. It's nice just to reach the tailbone behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And then if you want more, left thigh over right. Toes can be a kickstand. You can come into the bind. Arms will reach away from you. This time, left arm underneath right. Palms can come to your shoulders or you can come into the bind. You're going to sit a little lower. Breathe. Exhale, release the arms and then the leg. Coming back to Tadasana. Any movement here that you need to do, go ahead and do that. Palms to your heart. Take a deep, full in breath. Smooth, easy exhale. Good. So we're going to step the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Toes are going to point to the corner edges of the mat and sit down into your goddess squat or horse squat. Add just a little bit of movement here. And then sitting down. So here, you can just stay here or begin to lift one heel and then the other. Or if you want to challenge, you're going to lift both heels and sit a little lower. Planting the feet down. Inhale, reach up into a 5-pointed star. Exhale your palms through heart center. Turn your toes so they're pointing to the long edge of the mat. And then forward fold. Good place to have a block here. Shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Then exhale, forward fold. Head is heavy. Maybe you add some movement here. Releasing the jaw. Breath is smooth and easy. Breath is continuous. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's go ahead and plant the left palm to the mat or the block. Inhale those right fingertips up. So we're twisting to the right in our wide leg forward fold. And then exhale, release that right palm down. Inhale the left fingertips up. Twisting to the left. Exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway lift. Shift the weight towards the balls of the feet. And then exhale back into forward fold. Maybe you go a little deeper, maybe not. Good. And then we're going to make our way to our knees here. So stay with me. We're going to work on just a little bit of stabilizing here. You're going to want to hold your mat towards the center of your, so fold up your mat to the center. So I just folded my mat on top of itself. I'm placing my left knee on there on the folded portion here, the padded portion, and I'm extending my right leg long. So I'm just lifting the torso up. We're just going to work the inner thigh here. So knife edge of the foot is planted to the mat. And you're going to begin to reach that leg away from you and then draw it back in. Reach the leg away from you and then draw it back in. So this is a little movement. If you are finding trouble with it sticking, know you can grab a towel to put under the foot. Always pause this video. It doesn't have to be a big movement. It can be a big movement. You're not want to go so far that you can't pull yourself back up. Let's go ahead and bend that and plant your palms to the mat and just do a cat-cow here just to release. And then we're going to come to the other side. Sorry about that. Let me move my props out of the way. I'm just going to take your mat, hold it up so you have a little bit of padding for that right knee. Extend the left leg long. Knife edge of that foot is down on the mat. I just like to bring my palms to my hips. Just going to move that leg away and then drag it back up. Again, we're working the inside of this inner thigh. Good, and then you're just going to come back to center here. Plant the knees to the mat. And go ahead and fix your mat. Another thing you can always use under your knee is just the blanket. And then from here, we're just going to come back into our wide leg forward fold. So take your time. It doesn't matter how you get there. Again, you're shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet. If you have a block or something to give yourself a little bit of leverage space here, go ahead and use that. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, then exhale to a forward fold. Noticing if you can go a little deeper. Good. And then we're just going to lift our torso back up and then make our way to our mats on our backs. Actually, if you're on your back, go ahead and come up onto your sit bones with your feet planted. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs and plant your palms behind your hips here. But we're going into boat, so I don't want you concaving down. I want your breastbone lifted. Gaze is forward. You're not tucking your chin or lifting your chin up. Chin is nice and neutral here. Maybe you want to reach your arms forward. And then from here, you're going to lift one leg up and then the other. Or maybe both feet up, coming into half boat. Working your core and your hip flexors again. And then we're going to exhale, release all the way down to the mat, full body stretch. Inhale. And then as you exhale, hug your knees to your chest, coming into happy baby. You bring in the palms behind the thighs. Bring your arms to the inside of the thighs. Grab onto your big toes or outer edges of your feet. And just rocking side to side. Lower back stays on the mat. So if you're lifting your tailbone away from the mat, just back out of this. You want this to feel soothing. Good. And you're just going to plant the feet to the mat. Feet are wider than hip width. And again, just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Good. And so walking the feet so they're hip width apart here, hugging on to or holding rather this right knee, or even interlacing the fingers behind the thigh. We're going to go ahead and draw some circles with the toes. And letting that go, and you're just going to hinge at the knee, working into our joints. And you can either hold on to the back of the thigh or the knee. You can keep this left knee bent or straighten the leg. I'm just going to draw some gentle circles with your knee. So we're just moving the femur head again in the hip socket. Reverse, go in the opposite direction. And then plant that leg to the mat and just notice how the right leg feels from the left. Notice the right glute from the left. Good. And then bending your knees. Interlacing the fingers behind the left thigh. You're going to draw some circles with the ankle. Reversing, going the opposite direction. And then hinging at the knee. Good, and then just holding on either to the back of the thigh or the knee. You're going to begin to draw some circles. Rotating the femur head and the hip socket. And reversing, going in the opposite direction. Remembering to breathe. Good, and then extending that left leg long. Just noticing how the glutes and the legs feel. Good, and then extending your arms long. Flip your palms so that they're facing towards the top of the mat or the top of the head. You're reaching through the fingers and then you're tucking those fingers in as you hinge your wrist. Working all the joints of the wrist through the hands and the fingers. Good. And then hinging at the elbows, touching the fingertips to the top of the shoulders. Good. And then bringing your fingertips to the tops of the shoulders, just drawing circles with the elbows. And we're just working into our joints here. Reversing the rotation. Noticing your breath. Good. And just letting the arms relax to the side body. Bend your knees. Feet are hip width apart. Let the palms by your hips. Externally rotate your shoulders here. And then lift your hips up into a bridge. Chin lifts away from the chest. Gaze is soft. Eyes hug towards one another. Exhale, release your hips down. You're gonna let your left ear come towards your right shoulder. And stay here or bring the left palm gently to the top of the head or the side of the head here. Just a little stretch on the right side of the neck. And then reversing, going to the opposite side. Maybe even reaching through those fingertips. And coming back to center, this time stacking your knees over your hips. Inhale. Exhale the knees to the left side of the body. Maybe your gaze looks over your shoulder. If you have space between your thighs here, you can always put a prop between the thighs. If there's space between the thigh and the mat or floor, you can put a prop underneath that too. Deep full in breath. Exhale, release. Inhale back up to center. I like to plant my feet down and just lift my hips up, just to add some symmetry back to the pelvis. And stack knees over hips. Exhale the knees to the right side. Again, if you need a prop to go in between your thighs or underneath your right thigh and the floor or mat, go ahead and do that. Deep full in breath. Smooth, easy exhale. Inhale back to center. And then hugging your knees to your chest, optional with the head and shoulders, tight little ball. And then we're exhaling and releasing into Shavasana. So if you need to add a layer, put a pullover on or grab a blanket, go ahead and do that. We're coming into our rest pose. Start like rotating the shoulders, making a shelf for your heart with your shoulder blades. Closing your eyes. Take a deep, full in breath into belly, rib, chest. And then exhale, release. Shavasana. Deepen in the breath. Adding some gentle movement to the fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, blink the eyes open. Take a full body stretch. Inhale. As you exhale, bend into the knees and roll to the right side in a fetal position. Just allowing space here, space for self-care, space for joy, peace. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself up into an easy seated position. Whatever seated position you choose is fine. Palms to your heart space. Bow your head. May there be peace in your thoughts. May there be peace in your words. May there be peace in your heart. And may you share that with all beings. Thank you so much for joining me with so much gratitude. Namaste. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this special YouTube channel bowl class. It was a pleasure as always. And please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, ring the bell, all those fun things. And I will see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day.